are back, people.
Back.
Yes,
Here
back
we
again.
go. Back again.
Back
Back
again.
again. We're back, y'all.
Back, and we're back, y'all. Hi, guys. It is Eve.
How we all doing today?
He finally is back with me.
After the chocolate coma, it took me a little bit longer than expected. But,
Yes.
you know, that's how it's going to happen.
So we are actually doing this podcast at the farmer's market.
Selling our...
Why are we at the farmer's market, you ask?
Because we're selling...
No.
There's no tax, actually.
Oh, he just did a sale, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Did you hear that? Yes.
Yes.
He just made one freaking sale. We've been here for a while, and
2
it's
hours.
fucking. But I think it's because of the somber day.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, here's too, we'll never forget on 9/11.
It is 9/11.
Like, I'm not going to be like fucking James Woods. on
James
that
Wood.
stuff.
Oh God.
Everybody hates James Woods.
Not everybody hates James Wood, honey.
Well, anyway, so speaking... See, I found that funny.
Back. Sponsored by Sparky's Lunchbox Tea. We forgot to say that, which is
Take
where
a break
we
from
are.
your busy day. That's why we're at our Strathfield Farmers Market.
Yep.
Over here in Bridgeport. Connect iCut.
Connect in the cut.
So...
And then next weekend, we will be at the Connecticut Horror Fest.
Over in, what, Naugatuck?
It is in the Naugatuck. Yes, Naugatuck Convention Center. We're going to be there all day. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of goodies for everybody to buy and to drink. We're going to have some specialty drinking bags ready for them. No alcohol, guys. Sorry, that's not going to happen. No alcohol.
We're not going to pull the we're not going to pull the happy juice
No
tomorrow.
happy juice tomorrow. No.
Not tomorrow, not next week.
You can add whatever you want because the baggie does open and you can add whatever you want.
By that, we only sell you the tea. By that point, add whatever you want. We're not liable for what you
I
guys
know
do.
nothing. I know nothing about nothing. Which is the way I like it.
I see nothing. I know nothing.
I know nothing and I see nothing.
Yeah, take a picture.
She's taking a picture.
Yeah.
We had this beautiful sign made by MQ Studio, and she is amazing.
Amazing, fantastic.
And she did a really cute sign for us for Sparky's Lunchbox Tea. So that's great.
It's great. So
we're all tired. We had a rough. Sean worked last night, so he's a little tired. He never goes to sleep right away when he gets home.
No, absolutely not. Because at that point, you're so overtired that you're awake.
Yes.
So that's where we were kind of talking, even with yesterday too, because I was feeling exhausted. We were talking about something that kind of I always appreciated was humor. And humor is definitely, of course, the spice of life. It is the best medicine that anyone can go for. I don't, especially with how everything has been going in this world, you need a little bit of laughter in your life.
That is correct.
Now, I am on, depending on the type of humor, though, everyone has a different cup of tea.
Yes.
So, I mean, really...
Yes.
I mean, really, how would you want to describe your type of humor?
Well, my type of humor, people usually go, wow, Ev, you're really funny, when I'm not even trying to be funny. So mine just comes naturally, I guess. I'm just naturally funny. That's how I guess.
I see. I'm looking up in the air.
What is it, my ego?
An ego balloon.
Ooh, look at that
ego.
ego.
Balloon go on
well, I can't help it if I'm naturally funny, honey.
I'm telling you.
Things just happen, okay? I'm naturally funny.
We're all naturally funny.
You're funny too. You have more. We decided.
Shock humor.
Well, you're not only shock humor. You have that toilet humor, I guess, as well.
Every guy has a little bit of a toilet humor.
That's true. My son does. That's for sure.
Well, not every guy has toilet humor. You can have classy humor. It's just it has to be in the right moment, I guess. I think it's just sometimes I always believe. Sometimes it is always the belief that toilet humor really doesn't die out as you go on. I mean, look at everybody from SNL, for God's sake. They always
love SNL.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people from SNL always make a lot of, they make their own little toilet humor type of deal like that. Not all the time.
Hit or misses with the
hit or
sketches.
miss. Yeah, of course. It's hit or miss. I've always been on I've always enjoyed a little bit of a shock humor. Not shock humor in the sense of, like, you're going to say something extremely horrible.
Like dark humor.
You can enjoy dark humor from time. It has to be in the...
I'm sorry, go ahead, baby.
No, go on. Not really.
No, because it just came up to my mind when you said dark humor. It's like, when I first took you, I took Sean to his very first comedy show with a drag queen with Bianca Del Rio, and she is amazing.
Yes.
And she's kind of like, what's his name? I forgot what
Don
his
Rickles.
Don Rickles. Thank you, darling. Don Rickles, but with a wig. And when I took her and we watched it, and she was hilarious. And she said she's not gonna be, she's gonna be funny. And if you don't like it, too bad. And she's gonna talk about everything, including cancer. Those jokes are gonna come in stages. The audience gasped, but then we were laughing hysterically.
Like I laughed at that one. And
that was funny.
That really was. And it's funny because even too, like with Bianca Del Rio, when we did a side story on that, because this is kind of the humor as well. We did a meet and greet with her, and that was when Evelyn threw me under the bus.
I did not.
Well,
I just said he's never seen a show, and this is his first time.
Never seen anything. This is my first thing
related to drag.
And she told me that I better prepare my asshole or something like that for the comedy that is coming on. Now, her thing is that she also claims to be a clown as well. Is that what it is?
Yeah, she says all the drag queens are just clowns. They just wear makeup.
So, I go see, and I'm the type of person that will go along with the joke. I kind of, in that sense of like, in a way of like a self-deprecating type of thing, but also kind of like, I go along with the joke too, because I told her like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally ready to get, like, I'm preparing my ass, I'm down to clown for it, and I told her I'm down to clown for it. And she what? And how she?
She literally bent over laughing hysterically. She goes, "I like this guy," and she was laughing so hard. We were trying to take a picture, and when he said it, she's in between us, and then she's getting ready for the picture. Of course, he says it. They had to stop because she was laughing so hard.
But see, like, and that's so like, all right. I mean,
so that's dark humor that shocks people, but people still laugh about it.
Right.
Not PC, not, she's not into that PC culture bullshit.
Like, see, for me, and you and I have talked about this too with comedians, like, I like, we both love, like, George Carlin and Richard Pryor.
Yes.
Definitely in their prime and everything like that. For me, like, I also watching a lot of Eddie Murphy's old specials.
Early Eddie Murphy was, he was homophobic and everything.
Like back then,
but
like,
if you listen,
back then it was just like, you watched it, you laughed at it, and
you
then
laughed your ass
you
off.
kind of like, and then at this point, like, I watched it. I felt uncomfortable, but yet I still laughed at it in a way, because it's just like, it's still a joke. It's not like he's actually trying to be like, I mean, because let's look at it this way. Looking at that, he also picked up a transvestite.
He did.
So
let's not forget that Eddie Murphy picked up a transvestite.
So let's not forget that. That's why it's kind of funny, that it's like the ironic funny type of deal. So that's why it's kind of like you laugh at that at the same time too.
Yes.
But one person I've always enjoyed, and he has his controversial moments, is Louis C.K.
He's funny, but I don't think of him as like this hilarious guy.
See, with me, like, one of the jokes he was talking about, this is back in like 2008, 2007, I would say, when he's talking about just like words that were hurtful, but like he never used them when he was a kid, never used them in that hurtful way. I mean, I'm not using it. I'm not going to use it. It was the F word, pretty much. Not fuck, because, we all say fuck all the time.
Oh, like the cigarette sticks in French. That's what they call them.
Or bundle of sticks.
Bundle of sticks.
Yes, of course. So, he's like, that never meant, like, that at that point.
So if
he called you a bundle of sticks because you were a bundle of sticks.
Yeah, and if you don't know what that means, look it up on Google, because I will not allow him to use that word.
No, I don't use that word out of my.
We are not using any of those words.
Personally respect the friends of mine who are in that community.
You're LGBTQ people here.
Even just in things of like how he's talking about with his like, oh yeah, his ex-wife and everything like that he would. He's like, they're trying to be all cute, like with the camera, and she goes, "No, fuck you, go away," like type of thing. And he's also, and then there was another one how he's talking about this kid that was in his daughter's class that was just a piece of shit. And he's like, I don't want to put the kid's name on blast, so I'm just going to call him Xantopus or something like that. And then he's talking about how he's watching the kids, And he would make just a small little off comment. He's like, I was watching I was at the playground watching him at recess, probably jerking off a little bit too. Like,
Jesus Christ.
But he's like, no, I wouldn't actually do that. Not to a live
kid. Of course not. And what happened to him?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
He got busted for jerking off in front of females. And that's why he got into trouble. And he was, quote unquote, canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you think back about that joke, and then you wonder, does he really jerk off in front of kids?
No, he doesn't jerk off. He only jerks off in front of women. But then he also, in his, especially came out with a couple years, last year, even he's like, he brought the elephant into the room in one of his specials. But, no, but I mean, there was...
I guess you have to have a specific taste for him. I like some of his stuff. I don't go out of my way to go, let's watch this special again. That kind of... When I want to watch a special, I kind of go for Joe Coy.
Oh, yeah, Joe Coy, yeah.
And I could go back and watch his specials over and over again because he is hilarious.
Yeah,
he cracks me up and he brings me back to my childhood because Filipino moms are the same thing as Puerto Rican moms with that fucking Vicks. I'm sorry. You had a cold, it was Vicks. You had a cough, it was Vicks. You had a headache, it was Vicks. Everything was freaking Vicks.
Everything was a Vicks. Everything was healed with Vicks.
And we put everything in a container of butter.
And it was my favorite as well because with him he brought up the Joe Coy when he was talking about the guy in the front row where he was talking about
stereotypes.
The stereotypes.
He was talking about stereotypes, how people only pick and choose the ones you want, like especially with black people, like African American people. They're always late. You always have black people time. Or, they like fried chicken and watermelon. They're like, that's racist, blah, blah, blah. But then the stereotype about them having a big one, a big schlong.
A big dick,
and they'll take...
Sorry.
They'll take it. They'll be proud of that. That's right.
Yeah.
But they won't take the other ones. Like, you pick and choose. You have to if you're going to pick one, you got to pick them all. Come on. Or if they have bad credit. Like, that's the thing.
Oh, my God. No. Actually, that was crazy because he's like...
You can't pick one. You have to take them all.
Yeah. Or even in a sense of toilet humor, like when he was talking about you want to increase your size, fix your credit.
That's true. Because that's what he was talking about. If you guys haven't seen that special on Joe Coy, it is his latest special that came out I think a year ago during COVID.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's hilarious. He cracks me up. He went back to Hawaii. And he did the special there, and he talks about, if you've seen any of his stuff, he talks about his son, and it's just embarrassing for the son, but it's hilarious for us parents to listen to.
True.
But, yeah, that kind of comedy, I really enjoy, and I laugh my ass off.
And then, for me, I know, Daniel Tosh, his stand-ups, I never liked. He tried to with me...
Yeah.
And this is why I
don't think that people know who Daniel Tosh. You want to explain to them how is he, quote unquote, known for?
Well, he's known for his. Well, he's obviously a comedian, so that's a given fact. But he's known for also. I don't even know if the show's still on anymore. But Tosh.0, where pretty much was just a clip show of videos that were found on the internet. This is there was a guy on YouTube as well that was the same way too. His name was Ray William Johnson. He would do the same thing, find clips here's a clip of somebody, falling off a trampoline, and be there you go, haha, that's funny, and you make and you rib on it, you make a riff, you make jokes on it, kind of in your own commentary. It's well, I thought that person was hanging 10 or some bullshit like that, but it's just But Daniel Tosh's stand-ups, they're not... He tries to shock people in the sense of, he'll make just... I'm sorry for using this word.
Don't just...
R word.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate that word.
That's why, he'll use the R word, the inappropriate
retarded
one. No, not that one.
Oh.
There's the other R word.
There's another R word?
Retarded I use all the time, and I feel bad for doing it.
Oh, yes. You can say that.
All right. Well, he tries to make, rape jokes, I guess, and it just comes off as so,
Ugh.
Exactly. And it's just, even, like I said, like Louis C.K. may have made like some dark humor jokes, but I don't even think he's touched on any basis of stuff like that.
I don't think rape jokes are any type of funny.
No, they're really not.
Especially for women that have gone through that, like myself. That's not funny.
Yeah, that's not funny at all.
Like, not at all.
It's really not, and it's just like uncomfortable. And you kind of sit there, you're like, dude, you're like, fuck off, like type of thing. It really is. But then, like,
I don't like him.
So to me, good morning, sir. How you doing today?
Oh, he's selling. Let's see if he sells something. Nope, he's not selling.
Oh, look at this. We can't make humor out of tea. we can make gossip out of tea. But, you know, that's how it
yes, if you want your gossip, you drink that tea, honey.
So, but for me, and I still stand on this belief. Obviously, everyone's favorite polarizing comedian is Dane Cook.
Oh yes, people hate him. Ew.
But
okay, that sounded sarcastic.
It really sounded bad too.
Sorry, guys.
See, for me, Dane Cook has some good stuff. His older stuff was definitely was funnier as well.
When I was younger, he was funny.
I mean, yeah, like. I watched, like, there was one recent one that I was watching, like, not recent, maybe like 10 years ago, but he has some funny, like, when he has a good delivery on something, it can be a really funny joke.
Okay, here's the question. Can you remember Dane Cook?
He's talking about his father wanted to take
like the whole joke, like from beginning to end. Do you remember one?
Yeah.
All right, I guess he made an impact. I can't remember a single fucking thing.
I remember the one when he's talking about the BK, when he's talking about Burger King, when he used to work at Burger King, or he called it the BK Lounge. he's just like, oh yeah, where you work? I work at the BK Lounge, like trying to make it seem like a cool fucking place. But then he's talking about all the different types of people that would either scream at the microphone or just talk very soft and sensual. It's like, I just want chicken tenders. It's like, sweet sour sauce on my pussy. But it's just like, even he had like, oh yeah, I had one customer, he goes, all right, ma'am, that'll be $3.75, just drive around. She goes, where do I go? He goes, what do you mean where you go? You follow the one fucking road, you're on to me.
Alright, I laughed at that one.
Do you see what
I
mean?
laughed at that one because you said it.
That's pretty biased, I would say.
Well, I love you, that's fine.
So, I mean, but like here, okay, so, but it's got to be the right moment for a joke for me for Dane Cook. Like, there was one that he did about where he's talking about how his dad wanted to go to this place called Benson Animals Farm, and his dad was like, oh, we're gonna go like on this day, we're gonna go tomorrow. And he's talking about how his dad's like, my dad likes to drink a little bit, but then like he forgets that he also has to do stuff as well. So then he goes like, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna go to sleep. He goes, we knew we were fucked because he goes, oh, we're gonna leave at 8 o'clock. And he goes, we knew we were fucked when he went to bed at 7:48 in the morning.
Jesus.
We're gonna go 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, 7:48 7:48 in the morning he went to bed. So then he's talking about like, oh, okay. He's like, hey kids, sorry, we're not going to be able to make it. He goes, no, we wanted to go to Benson's Animal Farm. And he goes, hey, Benson's Animal Farm's not going anywhere. He goes, and then he goes, so what you're thinking to yourself, oh, how is this place? Oh, yeah, well, it's fucking gone. And then he's talking about...
See, I don't get these jokes. I'm just sitting here like, bored out of my mind with these jokes. This Dane Cook sucks.
He doesn't suck.
He fucking sucks. You have me here cussing. He fucking sucks.
And then
sucks.
He doesn't suck.
Sucks.
He doesn't.
He sucks.
He has his moments. I'm going to say that. He does have his moments. He has his good moments, but he does have his low moments as well. I'm not going to sit here.
We could agree to disagree because he sucks.
He's not going to sit here. I'm going to sit here and say that it's a 50-50 for him. I have to be in the mood to watch him. But like, for us, like as Eve and I are in our own type of humor, like, what's the type of joke that you would find funny?
If it's any joke, as long as it's funny.
I mean,
like with you, sometimes you're hilarious. Oh, my accent just came out. I heard it. Well, you're hilarious, okay? Uh-huh. But sometimes I don't get it because I guess I have to know the context of that, where that joke's coming from. And sometimes you're talking about Ken or Lenny?
Letterkenny.
Whatever. And I don't get it because I don't watch the show and I don't understand it. So I'm just a good girl, and I'm just smile at you and go, okay,
That's nice,
baby,
dear.
that's nice, dear. Like, haha, I don't get it.
But like, okay.
But then you want to show me the clip, and it's like, oh no, I don't want to watch the clip.
Then you can get the context of it. If you're
But
not
by then, I'm done with it. If you have to explain the joke,
that's true.
It's done and over
That's
with me.
true,
It's like
too.
I'm not gonna get in it. I'm not gonna be involved in
that
it.
more pisses
I'm
me.
bored with
and
it.
more upsets me because it's just like when you know somebody can actually understand a joke of that reference, but then you still have to explain that joke to them. It
defeats the purpose of the fucking laughter.
Right. Well, it also defeats the purpose of trying to actually like gauge of what that type of person's like humor is as well too, because if you're going to find something that's universally funny or that's something that's universally known, and they're still like, well, I don't get it, and then you have to explain that, you're just like, dude, you're just a buzzkill now.
Yeah, you can't break you cannot
break
put
that vibe.
You can't. First of all, if you start doing the joke, then you have to go back and break it down in 1, 2, 3 steps. Forget about it.
Yeah.
You're done with. Try a different fucking joke because the first one fucking sucked.
Or
why am I cussing so much?
Because you're upset. That's why.
No, I'm just tired.
But I mean, it's also it could be just the crowd itself too. You have to. It all depends on how you deliver it.
That's true.
Because again, that's why, Dane Cook may not deliver a good joke. But hear me out.
I'm dying, people. I'm dying with
Just
this Dane
hear
Cook.
me out for 1 minute.
Right.
Just one hot second before you go in your little pissy fit.
Oh, now it's a pissy fit. Dane Cook's gonna end up this relationship if he continues to talk about Dane Cook.
You are fucking nuts. No, but say for example, if George Carlin and Dane Cook said the same joke.
George Carlin would never say a stupid ass fucking joke.
Just again,
like,
instead of
okay,
listen.
All right, I'm not gonna interrupt you. Right?
I almost said George Lucas now because now you got me on the fucking thing. George Lucas made a joke. I would not find it funny. He actually, a George Lucas joke would just be like, hey guys, I made Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. Now that's the joke. But if George Carlin and Dane Cook both said a joke in the same, same word for word, the verbatim and all, I feel it would be funnier from George Carlin. Yes. Because it's just how he would deliver it.
His delivery. It's all the delivery.
Yeah, it really is. You know what I mean? And it's just also with that, it's a subject matter as well too, because like you said, George Carlin would not stoop down to like that type, like with Dane Cook's type of thing. You know what I mean?
You know what the problem with Dane Cook was?
He got big of an ego. He did
that stupid ass movie with what's her face.
There's a lot of stupid ass
movies. He did with a lot of the warehouse movie.
Employee of the Month, yeah.
Employee of the Month bullshit.
Where do you think I got the nickname for my car? Piece of shit Honda.
Jeez Louise. I just call her posh.
No, we all know where it really is.
But no, serious. Yeah, she's right now at the shop getting fixed. It's posh.
Yeah, she is a posh indeed.
Oh goodness gracious! But anyway, I lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was talking about because it was Dane fucking Cook. That's why. I blocked that motherfucker out of my head.
Talking. Good morning, sir. How are we doing today?
Yeah, I mean cussing in here.
So. Your point was that with Dane Cook, the problem you have with Dane Cook is because I always feel that with him, it's just once he started becoming really big, in the sense after his specials and everything like that, he got to be like this rock star mentality of the sense of like.
Because he did a movie with Jessica Alba. That's the name I was trying to think.
No, that
was
Good Luck Chuck.
Or was it?
That was Good Luck Chuck with Jessica Alba.
Simpson?
Yeah, that was her with an Employee of the Month.
Yes, that's first of all, Jessica Simpson and Jessica Alba. Give me a fucking break. Seriously?
At that point, they were big. At that point.
The only thing that I remember Jessica Alba being good in was a TV show from Fox, which I can't even remember the name of it. And then she was in the first installment of the Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah.
And that was it. That was with her and Chris Evans. And
you mean Captain America?
Captain Puerto Rico, really looking at his flag on his chest.
That's true, too.
But seriously.
Captain Gringo.
Captain Gringo, ¿cómo está?
Why did I sound like that?
Oh, sorry. I went somewhere else with that.
No, I sounded like Captain Gringo. I was like, why do I sound
You sound Mexican.
Yeah.
That's because you hung around with Mexicans with your ex, which we will not discuss.
Nope. That will be a boring conversation for me. Oh, what a boring lifestyle that was.
Marong.
I'm telling you.
But yeah, so that's what we were discussing with comedy and jokes and the differences and how funny your partner is. Like, you guys, what do you think? You're funnier than your partner, or is your partner funnier than you?
Or do you find an even balance between the different types of humor? I feel that that's with us. I feel like we're an even balance. Because
Yeah?
I do. Because you have a little bit of a smart humor. Oh, and that's another thing too I want to discuss.
I'm a smart ass.
And this is going to be. I'm just. You're a smart ass. I'm just an asshole when it comes to my humor. Okay, so here we want to talk about something a little bit controversial, and I'm gonna.
We do?
Oh, I do.
Oh boy. Sorry, people. I don't know what's coming.
I never found The Office funny.
Don't let Veronica hear you say that.
I will
Your
let everybody.
brother's fiance.
I will let everybody who actually listen, the people who listen to this podcast, who actually like The Office and sat there and watched it. Here's the thing: I watched it every single season, every single episode, every single season, everything like that. So I gave this show a fair chance.
Okay.
First of all, everybody in that show is a piece of shit. Everybody in that show is a piece of shit, or either it's just like nobody does that in a workplace. Like, oh, it's like a relatable workplace comedy. It's like
No.
Nobody's ever like that.
No.
Nobody, yeah. There's no guy there there's no guy named Creed that has like this like dark backstory. Ooh, Liefeld. There's no like, like if a boss like Michael Scott hated the dude like Toby, like wouldn't even be a fucking like. If I was Toby, I'd be going postal at that point. If there was someone like Jim, first of all, Jim's not a witty, hilarious type of person. He's just an asshole.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's horrible person. Pam is just as equally like not as horrible, but it's just like I could like deal without it. Dwight is just annoying to me. I don't even think I'm trying to even think who I actually would enjoy. Maybe Stan, but even then, I would go in and watch clips, like, from time to time to see if I actually can crack a smile or something like that.
Really?
Can't do it. But then, like, and what upsets me more about it is that since I say I don't like it, people will go, oh, well, you don't get that type of humor. You don't get that smart, it's a smart comedy. You don't get that. I'm like,
look, comedy is comedy. There's no such thing as smart comedy and dumb comedy. It's just fucking comedy.
Because
number one, I like The Office until Michael Scott, the character, left the show, and then I stopped. Steve Carell left. I stopped watching because I follow Steve Carell's career in the sense that I am a Daily Show veteran. When Jon Stewart was on, and he was there, and he, to me, is hilarious.
So, and I get that. But, and it's just like, I said that, and really, well, you don't get it. And I told somebody, and I would tell people about the show Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, God.
Now, and that's what I'm talking about. Like,
I've watched.
You've watched, and, it's
not my kind of comedy.
That's fine. And that's what I'm
But
saying.
I don't say it's a dumb comedy.
And
it's
that's what
not
I'm saying.
my type
like,
of
somebody,
comedy.
like, when somebody goes like, well, did you give it a chance? No, I never gave it a chance. How do you know
well,
it's
that's
stupid?
just stupid.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, how could you know that something is bad or something is good when you haven't even given it a chance to watch it?
That's true.
Like, I can respect your opinion about saying, like, oh, Trailer Park Boys wasn't that funny to me. Okay, it's not funny to you.
It has some funny parts that I did chuckle out loud, but overall...
Like what? I'm curious, actually.
The rapper.
Oh, Jay.
The white rapper. That he thinks he black.
Oh, he's fantastic.
That to me was hilarious because I grew up in Bridgeport and I knew a lot of wiggers.
And white people who wanted to be
that
black.
think wanted to be black.
I have an older brother who always wanted to be black.
Yes, I recall your older brother
God.
wanting to be black. It's hilarious.
He had the afro and all.
Yes.
And it was just so, it was the 80s
God.
and 70s, so whatever. But it was so funny. But yeah, I mean, like, there's that, and then one of my other favorite characters was Randy. Randy is the assistant trailer park supervisor who he never wears a shirt, so no matter how cold it is on the show, he's always shirtless.
Unbelievable.
And they tell him, and they give a reason why he doesn't wear the shirts is because that he gets a horrible rash of, like, his skin just breaks out into, like, this itch rash, and that's why he doesn't wear the shirt. See, I see you laughing over there.
I'm just smiling.
And he just, and he also is, like, a big fan of, like, cheeseburgers. Like, before he became an assistant supervisor, he was out on the streets pretty much selling himself for cheeseburgers.
I don't get it.
And his name was and he went by the street name of Smokey.
See, he finds that he's over here laughing his ass off. I'm sitting here looking at my nails. I don't.
And that's fine, and like I get that.
It's the type of humor I don't get, but it's fine. It's not called dumb humor.
And that's what I never understood, because sometimes for me it's like, to me, like what they consider dumb humor, I feel can be a little bit smarter than what you believe, because one of the actors that actually was there, John Dunsworth. First of all, he played Mr. Leahy. He just passed away in 2017. So rest in peace to John Dunsworth, amazing method actor. But on the show, his character was an alcoholic. Like, he would pretty much be like, you would see him like stumbling over, slurring his words, knocking things over. Like, there was an episode where he was trying to get like his lover. Because he also became he turned out to be gay in the series, and his lover, his husband, was going to be Randy, the one with no shirt. But like, Randy was like, "Here, I'm leaving you. Like, you're too drunk and everything like that." So he showed him the video, and Mr. Leahy is holding one of those push mowers, and he's wheeling it around in the air, and he's drunk on the show. "I'm mowing the air, Randy. I'm mowing the air." But in real life, John Dunsworth, he never touched a drink. He never touched a drop of alcohol. He was straight clean, but on the show,
it's called acting.
It's that method acting type of thing. But I mean,
see, that was a smart ass comment. I'm sorry.
No, but I mean, it's true though.
Here's the thing, my opinion, because you're going off in a different thing. Let's bring it back. Here's the thing: people should not put in categories comedy. Comedy to me is comedy. It's not smart comedy, because every comedy is smart. You have to be very intelligent to be able to go out there and be funny.
Right.
Because you can scare the shit out of anybody, but you can't make everybody laugh at a joke.
See, you have to be intelligent in the sense of that you have to be witty.
Yes, but that's what I mean. But maybe I used the wrong adjective.
Not really.
I mean, there's the specific type of person that could make everybody laugh. That's fucking genius. But
true.
You can't make everyone laugh.
No,
but you can scare the shit out of anybody.
So I mean, and this is where we kind of like, we're gonna branch like with this as well, because like, I agree with you. Someone who's like, you have to be intelligent in that type of field, because you can, even though you can't make everybody laugh, as long as you make a group of people laugh, you're doing your job. But sometimes where some humor actually comes into winging it. Some humor actually comes into pretty much a nonsense. In a sense, as contradictory as it sounds, it has to be a little bit stupid in order for some humor to kind of, not stupid.
It has to be relatable to the person.
I guess relatable to the person, or if it's something that comes off your head out of nowhere, even when you're not even if you're not sitting in a room thinking of this joke, if you wing it from your head, it's that type of thing. Like, I've sat there and I've talked with people about difference. Like, here's like a joke for me, for example, or like in a way a comedy bit. I've always felt that this is going to be a little bit sexual, so I apologize. But I've always felt that if you ever notice, men and women, when they're by themselves and they're pleasuring themselves, they're more quiet. They're always like, they're getting the orgasm, but it's not like, they don't feel like they're getting that orgasm. It's just like, they're like, oh yeah. But then it's like, when you're with that partner, it's like all out. Like, you sound like a fucking animal.
Because you want to make sure. You want to make sure.
You lady.
Yes, I did. I hit him because there's a young lady in the next booth, and here's the thing. When you're alone, you're alone. The pleasure is for you. It's not for anybody else that's there because there's nobody there. When you're with your partner, you want to let your partner know that they're making you feel good.
Right.
So when they hear that, it gets them going even more.
No, I'm not like looking at it in logic.
Why.
I'm not looking at it
sorry,
in logic.
I have logic in my head.
I'll explain that later. But the point of like, don't look into logic in this. Just go with the joke. But that's what but always notice that too. And it's just like, and it's always funnier too, like, especially when the guy, like, when a guy climaxes and everything like that, he's always quiet, like, but then when the guy, if he's with the girl doing that, like, you know, I've done that where it's just like,
personal information.
That's not, I'm just telling you, it's personal about myself, yeah.
With the woman you're sleeping with?
Yeah, of course. You know me, I have no shame. And you also,
God.
and that's something too. It's sometimes you have to, comedy, you have to have also, in a way, no shame.
Yes, but I am not a comedian.
That's why I would like to be a comedian, to tell you the truth. I would like to be a comedian because, in a way, you kind of can't be afraid of, you have to be, obviously be worried, you have to keep in mind boundaries, like social boundaries, absolutely. I've always been that type of person. Like, you know, like when my buddy Ant and I would do our YouTube show, our Dirt Gamer show, we both, like, we sat down and we both talked about, like, this is what we're going to say, this is what we're not going to say. We never bring these up and we never talk about this. And, you know, but that's why, like, for me, like, I was always the talky person on that show, and I just wing a lot of stuff in my head.
You are the talky person in this podcast,
which is fine. I like to talk.
I know you do, babe.
So that's why it's like, you know, for me, like, he was always, you know, like, Ant was always that person. He was a straight man. Like, all right, like, let's pull it back, or like, let's do that. But then it's like, for me, you know, when it comes to anything like a Let's Play, when it comes to a podcast, sometimes it's very important to definitely stay on the topic, stay on track. But I also sometimes have the feeling of, if you feel like there's a thought in your head, in the sense that it's still related to it, just go for it. Let's just wing it. Just keep talking about it, but just remember, like, put the bookmark in the air, like, type of deal. And you'll be able to get work. You'll be able to be fine with it. That's why I've always been an appreciative type of person with comedy, especially, like, all types of it. I just have my preferences as well. Like, you know, whoever wants to meet me out in the monkey bars to fight with me about The Office, go right ahead. Like, you know, The
Office, I disagree with you, Paul. I have The Office. Well, my Michael Scott character was to me, was funny.
Right.
It was stupid funny. I don't see why people call it smart comedy. I thought it was stupid funny.
I know,
that don't make no sense. But then again, people are stupid.
Know,
so.
like how you felt about Trailer Park Boys. Like, it wasn't your humor.
It wasn't my humor. Like, okay, what about Scrubs?
You know, I can't really say anything about Scrubs because I never watched the entire things of it, but I've heard good things about Scrubs.
I worked at the hospital for 7 years.
Okay. So I get that.
I worked all shifts, first, second, and third shift. Scrubs to me was the hospital. It really was, because especially on the second and third shift, you really act a fool sometimes, like they did. Yeah. So it was very, very accurate in a sense of the stupidity of it all. And I enjoyed it. Oh, I smell somebody making bread. Somebody toasted something over there. Oh, goodness.
But I think a show, like, as much as, and I think that's what also makes a show, like any type of thing like that, funnier for you too, is that if you can relate, if you see, like in Scrubs for you, for example, you work that type of stuff. Good morning. So you work that type of stuff. So when you see, you're like, okay, I relate to that. I guess it's just, maybe I never worked in an office setting type of deal.
Yeah.
But it's just...
I'm going to put a pause there for a moment because our favorite guy is coming to the table. And he's going to want some tea. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
All right, guys. We are back again.
There we go. So,
all right. We got a little too serious with this conversation. I don't know. It's getting kind of, like, serious to me. Let's make it fun. You're a funny guy. Like, fun guy.
Well, you're a funny gal.
My little red-headed fun guy. Oh, you got quiet.
I'm telling you, it did get quiet. You know what also is another type of humor for me I always enjoy as well?
What's that? Dirty?
Not dirty. Though it is, like I said, sometimes that is funny. I mean, you just heard my joke about the sex stuff. But
that was a joke. I wish everybody could see his face. He's literally looking at me like, yeah, that was a joke. He's dead serious. That was a joke. I didn't hear the punchline, babe. There was no punchline. You gotta have a punchline.
Sometimes observational humor can always be.
Observational humor has a punchline.
Sometimes not really. If you notice something, you're talking about it, and you feel like how it is, like, you know.
All right, guys. You guys, once you listen to this, you gotta go into our Facebook page and reply whether or not you got the joke, because I obviously didn't get it. I just thought he was making a conversational part about it.
No. It was just...
I think I hurt his feelings. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You didn't hurt my feelings, but I have no feelings on the inside anyway.
Aww.
You can't kill what's already dead on the inside.
Oh, wonderful. I don't have life insurance on you just yet.
Oh, well. That's why I told you. Throw me in the trash when I'm dead.
No, but then I don't get any money.
I'll give you money either way. You don't know money.
This tea empire I'm trying to build, babe.
Empire. No, we hustle like real motherfuckers out here. That's what we do.
The tea empire. It's like Star Wars with the Resistance.
The Empire sips back, then?
The Empire sips back. Yes, They sit back and they take a break from their busy day of trying to kill us.
And on that note.
Oh, really? We're done? I guess we're done.
No, we're never
40
done.
minutes.
Is that just 40
minutes?
Yeah,
it's been 40 minutes. We've been talking about comedy.
Comedy. What makes us laugh. About tea.
So this is our first show back with Sean over here, which I love, my baby. Thank you for the support on the 3 full episodes and the short bit episode with my daughter, Natasha. And we love you guys, and we hope to make more podcasts for you guys to enjoy weekly. Mm-hmm. We're hoping to drop one every week, either a Monday or a Sunday. But this one, of course, is being dropped today on 9/11, and I hope everybody is with their loved ones and celebrating and remembrance of all that we lost on that fateful day.
And to those that were affected by everyone in America was affected by this, and everyone in the country was as well. But to those who have lost ones, who have lost people out there, we never forget. We love you guys to death, and we support everything that goes on in this. Just, we need to remember that especially in today's time, we can't lose that. We can't lose what we had on September 12th.
Absolutely. The unity within everybody. There was no political party. There was no division on anything. We were all Americans. We were all human beings. We all were shocked and appalled to what happened. We all united against the terrorism attack that happened in our land. And we just have to remember, we got to love one another. I mean, we were the same humans that stood together then. We're the same ones that are now, and we just need to remember that, and people need to stop with this bullshit and just be together. You know what I mean?
Remember, guys. Because remember, we all bleed the same colors.
That's right. So on that note, everybody have a beautiful rest of your weekend.
How do we end a comedy show? How do we end a thing about comedy on that? We don't. We always just say on that note. That is our closing line. On that note,
great. We're done. Wish us luck on selling this tea. And once again, we are sponsored by Sparky's Lunchbox Tea. And we will see you guys at Connecticut Horror Fest. We will be having a table there.
September 18th.
September 18th.
At what times?
It's early ticket holders.
That's humor
opens
right
up
there
10.
Because
up
you
at
just
10.
got shocked.
No, I had to think. Give me a sec. I had to think.
That's comedy.
10 a.m. The early ticket holders go in, but for the general public that did not get an early ticket, they start at 11.
For the punk losers that never got the early ticket.
Exactly. At 11, and you can actually still buy tickets at the door, I believe. I saw that on their site. Come on down, check us out. A lot of people are going to be there. Oh my God, I can't believe I can't remember his name.
So come on down. What? Pine of
Comics are going to be there. Our boys John and Larry, I believe so. Yes, and also
we should get them on the podcast too. Hopefully,
the Insufferable Bastards. They keep changing their names. They were Horror Compass. I can't even think. People, I haven't had my tea yet.
No, you have not.
Yeah, they're going to be there. There's going to be a lot of people there. Wonderful people.
Yes.
Come shop, check out the actors, check everything out. It's a wonderful event for the whole family.
But really, come and check out Sparky
food.
Lunchbox, to tell you the truth.
Come look at everybody.
You can go to
Hardcore
really...
cupcakes are going to be there, which I freaking love. And those are the people I hope that makes our wedding cake when we get married, sweetie.
Yes. We'll have to ask them. We'll have to talk to them about that.
Yes. So on that note, officially, we're ending this podcast. Much love and respect to everybody. And please remember to do good in this world.
See yous.
Bye.